So here is hoping that we have sound now. I'm not sure what happened there. So let me know right away if you can hear me or not. For those of you just getting online here, my name is Lillian. I'm with Stampers Niche, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Alberta, Canada. So let me know. I see some people popping on now. Is there sound? Just say the word sound and then I will know. And let's go down to my desktop and give it a whirl here. So do we have sound? Hello again, Roz. Do you have sound there? That's not sound. Not seeing any answer, so let me just see. Oh, I'm back with sound. Yay, Catherine. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. So I don't know. That was just an interesting little glitch. Anyway, we will resume. So one of the things I'm looking forward to is offering you this class. It's a class to go, and there are different options. You can have you can get the bundle, you can get supplies, you can get the card kit, you can just get the PDF and the video tutorial, and that option is available worldwide. But let me just whet your appetite a little bit and give you an idea. So one of the stars of this, in the paper that we will be using, you will receive 6 of the Marbled Elegance designer paper, and we will be using this in the class, but the projects are designed so that you can use whatever paper you want if you need to. So there's this, and then on the back we have that design. So it's just fun, gorgeous, elegant paper because of the gold. So it's a specialty paper. And there we go. So we were starting, just like this, we were starting to say, before we had to start over again, what we were looking forward to in January. And this is one of the things I'm looking forward to. Also with that suite is the gold cord, or gold thread, anyway, this gold thread is like linen thread. It ties easily. I have gone literally through 2 spools, and that's not normal for me. So it's gorgeous. You'll get 2 yards of that, and then you will get 15. Let's put this on something. 15 of these adhesive backed hearts. So they're in 3 different sizes to use on your projects. And let me just give you a little sneak peek at the projects too. So there we go. Here we go. So here are the well, no, I'm only going to show you one, but I'm going to show you how I've set it up, because remember I said you could adapt it to what you have as well. So one of the cards will be this card here. But here's an alternative, so you could do the same card. So for each project, I will show you how you can use things that you might have in your stash. I don't know if you're like me, but often I have a hard time thinking, well, what else will work with that? So that's why I was sharing that. So the bundle that goes with this class is this one here. It's called the Hearts of Elegance. You don't absolutely have to have the stamps. You can if you want. They work beautifully with the bundle, with the dies, but you will need to have the dies. So the dies are, to me, must-have dies because of all these hearts. They are fabulous. And then these 3 dies cut out these images here. So, whoops, sorry. Where are those images? This one is cut out by this heart here. So let me just show you my little get acquainted sheet. So here it is here. So you've got all of these hearts and then like that. So again, you need to have the dies to do the class, but you do not need to have the stamps. But they do come as a bundle and you can save 10% that way. So there is, if you can't remember the link there, then feel free just to reach out and ask me about that. All right, so that's one thing I'm looking forward to. The other thing I'm looking forward to is all the new releases that Stampin' Up! Is doing tomorrow. So let me just remind you of what's happening tomorrow. One of the things is on the online exclusives, there are going to be all kinds of new bundles and papers and embellishments. So there will be lots of things to see there. So how do you find it? You go to my website and you click on online exclusives, or shop now and then online exclusives. What also is happening tomorrow is Stampin' Up! Is releasing their new scrapbooking brochure. So again, if you go to my website and you scroll to the bottom, and now you won't see this until tomorrow, but tomorrow you will see this down there, so you can flip through it online. You'll also see Sale-A-Bration Brochure and the new mini catalog, which is just so good, so good. So yes, Sale-A-Bration brochure. So those of you not familiar with Sale-A-Bration, you cannot buy the items in this catalog or brochure, but you certainly can earn them. They're free with purchase. So you can put together an order and then get these as an added bonus. It's super. Then the mini catalog is full of wonderful things too. So those of you who have had a chance to look at some of these things, maybe let us know what's something that has caught your eye in one of these. Okay, so I'm going to put these here. We're going to come back to these at the end, if I remember. I hope so. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek of one of the items that's in here, and it's towards the back. It's on page 11 or 12 and 13. So, oh, I almost forgot to share one more thing with you. Those of you who know us, Marilyn, Joanne, and I used to do Stamping Staycation, and we are joining together and doing Paper Inspiration Wednesday morning. It's a free event, but you do have to register. So to register, you go to Paper Inspiration, so bit.ly/Paper Inspiration, or you can go to my Facebook page and see the link there, or it's been in my newsletter, or if all else fails, just reach out and I'll be glad to send you that link again. I'll put it in the description afterwards too. But be sure to join us. It's going to be fun. Even, whoops, I hit something there. Even if you can't join us for the time that it's being offered, if you're registered, then you will be on our mailing list to receive the video that's recorded. All right, so this is what I am going to be working with tonight. It is something that you can earn. So it's free with purchase. Now, some of the free with purchase in Sale-A-Bration are free with a $75 order. That's before shipping and handling and taxes. This one is a $150 order, but look what you get. So you get this stamp set. I can take my little cheat note off there. So I love this wreath. It is absolutely gorgeous. And you get a few other little items here, and then some great words. And all of these words fit inside the heart if you want them to, except this. This you would have to stamp it and cut it in half to put in here. But even this one fits in, and this one fits in. So we've got this, and then we have the dies. And these dies are fabulous. So this obviously will layer over here if you want. These are extra little pieces. Here's a label for you. And I just love this because it's one die, but it cuts out two little sets of leaves. So let's look at my Get Acquainted sheet for this. So here we have it right here. So we've got this. Now, I kept this. It came from in here, but you can always pop this back in. So you could stamp a greeting. Say, for example, you're putting this on, say, black, because I've got it on black here. But you wanted to stamp in here and you didn't want to emboss. You could take this and pop it back in and do your stamping there if you wanted. This fits nicely across here. This makes a lovely little collection, and this does too. This is just super. So you get so much in this bundle. So let's take a look. I wanted tonight to show you how a simple version, a little bit stepped up version, and then a more stepped up version. So I asked you to choose the color of ink, and the winner was Lost Lagoon, although Boho Blue was right in the running. And to keep things simple, we are going to use Stampin' Up's note cards. So Stampin' Up's note cards come 20 cards and envelopes in a package. So the envelopes are here too. These are still large enough to fit in the mail. So if you are just beginning, or if you're going on holidays or in a hurry, these are already scored. Let me just see. Can you see they're already scored? They're ready to go. So they're cut, scored, and all you need to do is fold them. And I'm going to use my bone folder. If you don't have a bone folder handy, you can use your fingernail or whatever. So we have the basic card right there. So now I'm going to bring in one of the stamps, the wreath stamp here, and I'm going to bring in one of the words. I'm going to bring in thank you and this little leaf. All right, so let's use the Lost Lagoon right here. We'll bring that back into the camera a little bit more. And so this is going to be quick and easy, but I still like the look of it. I like to, because this is larger, I like to ink it up this way like that. I'm going to for me, it helps if I line things up on the grid line. And just like that. Isn't that a gorgeous stamp? I just love it. Now, I've stamped it once. I am going to use it again on the inside. So it is nice and light like that. And I have done the inside just like that. Now I'm going to take this little leaf, and I could do the inside if I wanted, but I'm going to stamp that on the back, and then I can put my initials there, and it is all set to go. So just like that, we've got that done, and all we're needing is the words. So we'll bring in thank you, and again, you could substitute whatever words you wanted. And how quick and easy is that? Isn't that fun? So there is, who thinks that they wouldn't mind receiving that in the mail? So there is the first card. Now let's step it up just a little bit, and we're going to keep the same basic design. I'm still using the note cards and envelopes. The finished size of the note cards, once they're folded, is 3.5 by 5. So they're 3.5 this way and 5 this way. So they're just a nice little size. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp on a square. So instead of stamping right on here, we're going to add a layer. So let's do that. We're also going to put a little bit of Lost Lagoon behind this, like that. So let's fasten this down. Just glue that down. How many of you have had your eye on this stamp set? Or what is at the top of your celebration wish list? Of the celebration items, which is the one that, I think I want that a little higher, that you would really like to have? Isn't that pretty? It's somebody is just saying so pretty. I just saw that go by. It really is just like that. It could be for an anniversary. It could be for a wedding. It could be just because you're a friend, you know, kind of thing. Just encouragement, all of those kind of things. So let's stamp on here. Just like that. And while it's inky, we might as well do the inside, right? There we go. And we'll put this on the back. Just like that. And this time, instead of doing thank you, I'm going to bring in hello, which I had mounted and then I took off. And it's back in here. So I will just put it on a block again. It's a tiny little hello. With not being able to bend, I have everything at waist height, and it's quite hilarious in here. Harry had to get my blocks and put them in where I could reach them easily. So everything is just, I'm hoping this week to get permission to start bending. We'll see. I'm going to put my hello just in here, just like that. There, we've got it like that. So this can go on here, but let's dress it up just a little bit. After all, if we've got the bundle we do have the die, right? So let's bring in the die, and we're again just sticking to the one color scheme. And if we put the die over top, look at that, it just adds that much more. And if you offset it a little bit, it looks a little fuller. You could put more than one here, but we'll stick with one. So what we're going to do is just put a few dabs of glue. You could cut this out with your adhesive sheet, but I find if you just barely squeeze your glue and just do a dab here and there, it's so light, it does not need very much, and it doesn't have to be all over. That will hold it in place just fine. So we'll put that over. I love how they're designed like this. So now we've got it like that. And I think now we could put this on dimensionals, right? That would step it up just a little bit more too. So here we go. I loved reading your responses as to which color ink I should use. It really didn't matter. I knew it would work with whatever we chose, but it was interesting to see how everybody was chiming in. I love when you give me that kind of feedback and help me design the card. There we go. So we've got that. Now what we're going to do is to bring in, we die cut one of the flowers. Remember we had all of those neat little flowers and leaves, and I want a little dimension to this, so I am going to bring in my take your pick tool. I just need something with a rounded end. Even my bone folder might work, and a soft cushion. And I'm going to go in the center of the flower and just do a circular motion and press down, and the leaves pop up. Now if you don't have any cushion like that, you can even do that in the palm of your hand. And it just starts to give that, do you see how it started to curl up? Just adds to it a little bit. And we'll move that out of the way. And we're going to add this. Oh, should we put it here or here? I think I'm going to put it here. Doesn't matter. And I'm going to use a glue dot. Again, I could use the liquid glue, but I'm not patient enough for it to dry right now. If I was just doing it on my own, I would definitely use the liquid glue. So there we go. We've got that dimension there. And then we're going to bring in a little bit of twine and put it there. And again, we'll use a glue dot. So I'm going to put my linen thread, my bow, in the glue dot and then squish because there's more glue dot than ribbon right there. Squish it together so it's all tucked in, and add it like that. And there you have it. We have stepped it up just a little bit like that. Wouldn't this make a nice set of cards? I think. My hairdresser, I went to get my hair cut the other day, and I'd given her a set of cards for Christmas, and she said, I've already used up all those cards. And so I think that was a hint. She needed another set of cards. What do you think? So now we are going to step this up even just a little bit more. You like these, Maggie? I'm so glad. Excellent. You've got this set up. I'm glad I'm finally looking at some of the comments. Gail, you've got the set but haven't used it. It is so much fun. Once you start, I think you're going to have a really good time. So we're going to bring in a few more things here. So we're going to bring in the square that we stamped on last time. And we're going to bring in the Lost Lagoon strip that we put here. This time I put that through an embossing folder. I used the fern one, but it wouldn't matter what one you used. So there we have that. I just thought ferns, they kind of go with leaves, right? So we're going to do that, but we're going to do something to this even before. I'm going to tuck those out of the way because this could get just a little bit messy. Tuck that out of the way. We're going to spatter the background, and how we're going to do that is we are going to bring in a block, and you can do this a number of ways, but I'm going to bring in a marker to do it. Now, I happen to have two Lost Lagoon markers. One is an old one, so it has this really narrow tip, and one is the new one, and it has more of a bullet tip, which I just am loving. But it doesn't really, you're putting an order in, and you're going to add this. Oh, good. So what I'm doing here is I'm just scribbling a bit of Lost Lagoon from my marker onto here, and then I'm going to take my water painter. So a water painter is like a paintbrush, but there's water in the barrel here. I've been using it with red, so it's a little bit stained. And I'm going to put a puddle of water here so that I get my brush. All I'm doing, it says push. I'm pushing where it says push, and I'm getting some Lost Lagoon on here. I'm going to, this doesn't want to lie flat. Oh, I think I can hold it with my fingers. Now it's got ink, and I'm just going to tap it with my bone folder. Oops, don't have enough on there. I was talking too much. And we'll do a bit more. I'm going to do this. It's not staying flat for me. And we have done some splatters on there. We're going to let that dry, but it just adds just a nice little subtle background. It's a way of adding background. So how do I clean this? I'm going to squeeze just a little bit, run some more water, go back and forth on a paper towel or a rag, and there, it's, now that it's running clean, it's clean. I can use it on something else, and it's all good. So the water painters come 3 to a package. There are 2 sort of paintbrush tips, and then one is more like this. So there you have all different choices, but they all have the barrels that hold the water. So there we go. So let's move that out of the way. We've got this spattered. Now we can put that over here. We can move this out of the way. To clean your blocks, you can just wipe them off, or you can run them under the tap. So that's another way of using your markers. So let's, so now what did I do with everything? Oh, here it is. I'm going to do a little stamping while that's drying. Nice to see it done in Lost Lagoon instead of red. Well, I wait till you see my other set that I did when I was planning this out, and you'll be surprised at what color I chose. I think this set of cards could be done in any color. I really firmly believe that. Oops, I nearly forgot to do the inside. There we go. And we'll bring back in the little leaf. So there, we've got our stamping done. So now we've got this. We're going to add this leaf here, this wreath here, pardon me. I think we can close this. I think we're done with this. So this is, again, just like we did on the first card. Or not the first card, the middle card. No, we're not done stamping. I just remembered. Oh, well. So we're putting this on top, so it adds that that dimension like we used on the last one. So we've got that. We've got our embossed piece. Actually, we might as well just put this on. I think it's dry enough. If it was not quite dry, we could always heat it with the heat tool, right? If you're working with something that's a little too wet at home, just give it a blast with the heat tool and you'll be good to go. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that's good. Now we're going to do something else here. What I'm going to bring in is a piece of just white paper, basic white, and we're going to bring in our ink again and that wreath, and we're going to make our own designer paper. And how I came up with this was the card that I was doing my practice on. I couldn't find designer paper in that color, with that color, so I thought, well, I have to make my own. So I'm just filling up space with this heart, And now I could have used any of the other images, and I played around a little bit with some of the other images, but I kind of liked how this went. And I'm just filling in white spaces. It's okay if they overlap. You're going to see why in a minute. So that's likely pretty good. This needs washing now. And I'll close this up. Now I'm going to bring my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine in because yes, all of these dies fit in the mini. So if you're like me and you love your mini, that is another plus. So let's bring this in. We're bringing in our plates 1 and 2. So we're going to put this on here like that. Get our die out. Got so many cards floating around here. So I've got my die and I am just popping it down there. It doesn't matter, doesn't have to be any certain way. And we're running it through. Now if you have dies that don't seem to release very well, remember if you put a piece of wax paper, I had it here but I forgot to do it to show you. If you put a piece of wax paper between the paper and the die, it will help it to release beautifully. And I used wax paper the last time, so it's releasing pretty well. So now you see I have just a bit of design on there. And if I wanted, I'm pretty happy with this, but I just want to show you. If I thought, oh, I wish I had a bit more color here, I could always go back and add a bit more like that. But I'm happy with the sort of variegated color, the white and the Lost Lagoon there. So let's tidy up this mess and build our card. And right now I better wipe my fingers because I put them in the ink. So now we're going to add this one, and we're going to, instead of putting it right directly on top of the Lost Lagoon one, we're going to offset it slightly, and then we'll see more of what's behind as well. So you can keep building your wreath up and make it as full as you want or as unfull as you want. You can keep it just with the stamped image, which is absolutely gorgeous on its own. So offset it. I just about lined it up perfectly. That would not be what I was bargaining on there. And there we have it. I might have done it just a bit too much. Like that. And what gave me the idea is I had done a wreath cut out of the country, the one that's the beachy one, has the wood grain in it. So I did a wreath cut out of the designer paper, and I really liked how it looked. And I wanted that look in Lost Lagoon and some of the other ends. So this is how I came about. So now we'll put this on the card and we're going to dress it up. So we'll use dimensionals again. Take the backings off. I forgot to put my tape on the back to peel it off. And on this one, I am not putting any words because I'm not sure just how I'm going to use it yet. So I am going to hold off on the words. And then we're going to bring in, we die cut some more of these here. And we're going to, so now my take your pick tool won't turn anymore. It means it needs replacing. So I waited to replace it. Just to, for those of you who are new, all you do is take it out and then put your new one in. You can buy new ones and just put it in like that. I always just turn it a bit and then I kind of pat it down and we are good to go. So what I'm thinking, so we've got, come on, we have got this, so we could put this here and this here and this I think I'll shorten that one up, and then a flower in the middle. That's what we're going to do. Okay. Put a bit of glue. I have made a few of these, so I'm a little bit more familiar as to where I want to put things. So if you were making this set of cards, so we're saying that any color would look good. What color would you be inclined to make these cards in? Or what would be your first choice? Or a choice that you think would look good? Come on, where's my take your pick tool? There we go. I'm going to take just a couple off. I'm finding that a bit long. So what you like the stepping up ideas, Fran? I'm so glad. I was really pleased with how these came along, and I love every single one of them myself. So there we go. Let's see. Do I like it like that, or do I want to turn it up? Summer Splash. Do you know what, Maggie? I thought about that because I really love Summer Splash. I think there is potential there. So the last time when we curled the flower, we put it in the mat. Let's put it in the palm of my hand here. So you need where your dip in your hand is, and press down. Highland Heather. Ooh, that would be pretty too. So now we've got a curly little flower. So where did I put my, there it is. I was thinking Blackberry Bliss. I thought Night of Navy, but that sort of is my go-to basic color. So I thought, well, maybe I should try something else. So far, this is what it's looking like. We've got the splatters in the background. We've got some extra leaves, extra wreaths. Now we are going to bring in a bit of Wink of Stella and add a bit of shimmer to the leaves. Maggie loves Highland Heather too. It seems to be a favorite of a lot of people. There, we've got some shimmer. Now we'll bring in the bow. We're going to do the same thing with the bow that we've been doing on all three. Oh, here's my bow. For a minute, I couldn't see it. But because I was laying in bed tying bows, I happen to have more than a few sitting here. So let's put that on, and then on this one, we're going to do some embellishments. Whoops, nothing like giving you a little free ride there. Sorry. So now we've got the little bow on there, and then I thought, well, we'll just go with these embellishments here. These are the iridescent faceted gems. And I think they would look really nice. So let's try a few of them. We'll put one down here. This fills in this space a little bit. And we'll put, one up here. How's that? So that quickly, we have not only chatted about celebration and all those kinds of things, we have made 3 cards. So each one is stepped up a little bit, but the card bases were all ready to go. We just need to pop them in an envelope and they will be all set. So how do you earn these? That's what some people don't know. How do you earn these free items? So the way you can earn a free item from Sale-A-Bration or items is you can order any products. Any products Stampin' Up! Has for sale during Sale-A-Bration, that can work towards it. So with the level 1 items, the first items in the Sale-A-Bration catalog, for every $75 spent, you can get one of them. For the level 2, you need to have spent $150. So when you spend $150, you have a choice. You can get 2 level 1s or 1 level 2. So you can see pages 16 to 19 of the Sale-A-Bration catalog, and that explains it to you. But that means you can order from the new mini, You can order from the online. You can order from the last chance, the sale items. You can order from the annual catalog if you need paper or cardstock or adhesive or that kind of thing. You can order from the scrapbooking. You can order from anywhere, and as long as it hits those 75 or 150, Stampin' Up! Is going to reward you. So there's that. There are other options too. If you look at those pages, if you join Stampin' Up!, you get some choices. I can't open it up. So you get 2 options. You get to choose. And so there are all different kinds of things. Then if you host or gather, so if your party equals $375, you get an extra bonus and rewards. So there are all kinds of things happening. So these were the 3 we made tonight. I want to show you just a couple more. I have been enjoying this, and Gail, there's no red in sight here. So this one I die cut out of designer paper and then put it on designer paper like that. And then this one I just gold embossed on navy like that. And I was just thinking there was something else to show you, but I can't remember what it is. So I will leave it at that. But does this inspire you to maybe keep it simple, or step it up a little, or step it up a lot? I hope you like that. I just think this is a great way to make fast and easy cards. And sometimes that's what we need as we get back into crafting again, and it's non-Christmas, non-holiday. We need a little jump start. We've had a break from this, and just need a little way to go with that. You love that, Catherine? Thank you. There's a demonstrator in Australia, and she showed it done on petal pink, and I loved that too. So she inspired me with that one. So there's all kinds you can do with this. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Some of you are likely wondering, how does it go with the Hearts of Elegance? So there's this here. How does this fit? And it fits. Let me bring this one in. It will actually fit on there like that, or you can offset it, you know, and make a little anniversary card with 2 hearts, something like that. So they can work together. The other thing you can do with this is, let me just bring in some white paper somewhere. You can tear this apart and turn it into a vine, and then run it down your card. It does work like a vine, so you can do that as well. You can do a little surgery. So we didn't use this die here, the label die, but you could use it on all kinds of things, and not just with these stamps, of course. So there you go. Thank you so much for joining me, and it's so good to be back for a Monday night. Take care, and I need a big tune-up. Well, this is the way to start. I would start with something like this, Maggie, or even case something out of the catalog that's caught your eye. But something like this, and you kind of get that joy of ink and paper again. That's what happened for me anyway. I went, I was going to show you my alternative samples. I am sleeping at the switch here tonight. So when I started out, I did it with Pebbled Path. So here it is in Pebbled Path and Lost Lagoon. And then my next one was here. So this is the second one. So there we go. And then the third one. So exactly the same cards, but you can see how that goes. And don't forget, if you're playing with your stamps, you can emboss with white, just like we did. There was on the black. And I keep looking over here and seeing things I forgot to show you. So this is a note card. This is a regular size card. You could actually make that a panel on a regular size card too, to step it up one more time. Anyway, there you have it. There's the Lost Lagoon and the Pebbled Path. And I have a big mess here. Anyway, you get the idea. So thanks again so much, and thanks for your patience. Thanks for your patience with the sound business too. And enjoy and take care. Bye-bye.